What's going on, guys? Jason back to our channel. Tonight I'll be doing a review for WWE Friday Smackdown and Rampage. So let's get to it then. And there's gonna be a very late posting video and stuff. So yeah, anyway, so about that. Anyways, let's go ahead and do it then. Alright, I have a segment coming out. They show a real recap from last week and stuff, and New Bloodline make their way down to the ring. So Sikoa, Jacob Fatu, Tama Tonga, Tonga Loa, and Bronson Reed stand in the ring to OTC chance. Sikoa asks Salt Lake City to acknowledge him before bringing up War Games. He says his team is ready to dominate and that they're ready. He says Reigns isn't ready and he isn't even here yet. But when he does get here, he requests for Reigns to meet him in the middle of the ring to discuss his terms for Reigns to surrender, and then he can finally acknowledge Sikoa. That was a quick promo segment thing with the new Bloodline. Anyways, the first match coming up, Women's United States Tournament Triple Threat match. Bianca Belair versus Chelsea Green versus Blair Davenport. The bell rings, Green punches Belair and rolls up Davenport. The women go back and forth, trying to pin each other. Green sends Davenport outside the ring, and in the ring, Belair takes down Green and hits a standing moonsault. Green kicks Belair and smashes her in the turnbuckle. Green covers Belair, but Davenport breaks it up. Davenport clubs Green and goes after Belair. Belair throws herself onto Green outside, and Davenport gets some beats on Belair on the apron, and we hit a commercial break. Back from Bray, Belair has both Davenport and Green on the mat. Belair punches Davenport in the corner, and Green grabs Belair's braid to save Davenport. Green takes out Belair, and Davenport takes out Green. Green drop kicks Belair and covers Davenport for a near fall. Green tries for an up unprettier on Davenport. Davenport but is stopped when Belair hits a double release German suplex. Belair covers for a near fall. Green gets shoved in the turnbuckle by Belair, who now charges at Green, but hits the ring post. Green and Davenport are on the turnbuckle, and Green hits a superplex on Davenport. Belair comes off the top rope, and it's a 450 splash on Davenport, but Green tries to steal the pin. They go back and forth trying to steal the pin, and we see backstage Jay Cargill is laying on a car all beat up. Belair heads to the back to check on her partner. Green comes in the ring, and Davenport rolls her up for a 2 count. Davenport super kicks Green, and Green gets an unprettier on Davenport for the win. So winner is Chelsea Green. Alright, in the parking lot, Jake Cargill is rolled into an ambulance. Bianca Belair runs to the ambulance, asking Bailey, Naomi, and Nick Aldis what happened. Belair leaves in the ambulance with Cargill as Aldis, Bailey, and Naomi look for answers. Alright, second match coming up, United States Championship match, LA Knight, who's a champion, versus Santos Escobar with Elektra Lopez. The lights go out before the match, and we get a promo from Shinsuke Nakamura taunting Knight and telling him it's and during this Escobar attacks Knight before the bell rings. The bell rings and Escobar swings Knight across the ring. Escobar kicks Knight out of the ring and throws himself over the ropes onto Knight. And we go to commercial. Back from break, Escobar has Knight in the corner and chops him. Knight comes back with his own chops and slams Escobar in the corner. Escobar hits a shoulder into Knight and covers him after a rolling senton. After 2 near falls on Knight, Escobar slams Knight into a submission hold. Knight shoulder tackles Escobar and punches Escobar in the middle of the ring. Knight hits Escobar with a clothesline and then a net breaker for a 2 count. Escobar gets Knight on the top rope and Knight starts punching Escobar, sending him to the mat. Knight sets up for a flying elbow on but Nakamura distracts him by showing up by the entrance ramp. Escobar hits a hurricanrana and a frog splash. Escobar goes for his finisher, but Knight counters and hits the BFT for the win. So winner and still United States champion LA Knight. After the match, Nakamura comes in and liberates Knight against the ring post and leaves. All right, backstage, Motor City Machine Guns are talking to Johnny Gargano and Ciampa, attacking them last week. MCMG says the Street Profits deserve the number 1 contender spot and not DIY. The Profits come by and tell them Ciampa is bad news. We see the OG Bloodline walking backstage. Nick Aldis is backstage with Nia Jax questioning her about what happened to Jay Cargill. Jack says she wants to take out cargo at Morgan's and leaves. Nick Aldis runs up to Cody Rhodes and asks him about Kevin Owens as no one has seen him. Rhodes says he wouldn't be so sure that Owens isn't in the building and makes his way out to the ring. Rhodes is pissed and he gets on the mic and says it's face-to-face time. He says he knows someone who isn't here, and that's Randy Orton, but he doesn't believe Owens isn't here, and calls out Kevin Owens. Owens appears on the crowd and says he's insulted because he's here because Cody Rhodes wanted him here. He says he's here in his best, and Rhodes is in the ring in a tracksuit. Rhodes leaves the ring to get to Owens, and the officials stop him. Owens says things don't go on Rose's clock anymore. He asks Rose why he's so upset because everything is Rose's fault. Owens makes his way to Rhodes and stands on the announce table. He says for 4 years he fought the Bloodline and they tried to end his career and they couldn't. Then Rhodes comes back and shit. Hold on, and Rose comes back and Owens says come on, you stupid thing. Now you guys, and says he stood beside Rhodes. He was happy for Rhodes because Rhodes finished the story, and a few months after that, when Reigns needed a partner, Rhodes teamed with him, the one guy who tried to take his career from him. So yes, this is all Rose's fault. Rose says this is enough, and he says he's going to call this as it is, and him teaming with Reigns has nothing to do with Owens. He calls Owens a victim and says his identity is being held down and that everyone hates him. But Owens self-sabotages himself and he holds himself down. Rose says Owens has every accolade, but he still has a chip on his shoulder, and everyone knows how good Owens is, except Kevin Owens. Rose brings up Brash and Berlin and says Owens blames Rose for the outcome. Rose says Orton didn't deserve what Owens did to him, and he crossed the line. Rose says he is going to shit. I'm sorry, guys. Everything's blending in on this thing. Brings up Bash Berlin. Rose outcome. Rose says Orton didn't deserve what Owens did to him and crossed the line. Rose says he's going to here we go. He's going to beat this lesson into Owens, and he doesn't care what it is, and it's coming, and the ball is in Owens' court. I'm sorry. Owens says he'll fight Rose when he says so, and not when Rose does. And when it does happen, he's just doing his job. Owens says he did cross the line with Orton. Come on, you stupid thing. And he loves Orton, but he hates Rhodes. Owens leaves through the crowd. Rhodes tells Owens that he doesn't think Owens hates him, but he hates himself. He hates himself. Rhodes says there isn't a line he won't cross either when he takes on Owens. Excuse me. I'm sorry. All right. Roman Reigns, Sami Zayn, and the Usos sit backstage discussing Sikoa, saying he expects them to surrender. They still need a fifth member, and they bring up Rhodes. And Reigns says no to Rhodes. I'm sorry, guys. Zayn suggests Seth Rollins, and Reigns says no, not to him. Reigns says they don't need anyone else, as this is all that matters, and it's all they need. If they're together, they're good. If they're not, they die together. Zayn asks for a plan, and Reigns says he doesn't know. Alright. Alright. Rose walks backstage, and Carmelo Hayes tells Rose Owens is telling the truth, and they get into it. Nick Aldis breaks it up. Alright, third match coming up. Naomi and Bayley versus Tiffany Stratton, Candice LeRae with Nia Jax. Stratton and Naomi start the match, and Naomi hits Stratton with a kick. Stratton gets Naomi in the corner and baits on her. Naomi rolls through and kicks Stratton. Naomi takes down Stratton with a head scissor, and Tiff runs out of the ring and hides behind Jax. Both LeRae and Stratton then take out Bayley and Naomi outside, and Stratton sends Naomi in the ring and tags out Naomi, kicks both LeRae and Stratton, and tags out Bayley. Suicide dives onto Stratton and then takes out LeRae. After a commercial break, we are back in the ring with Bayley and Stratton. Stratton takes down Bayley, and tries to stomp her, but Bailey rolls her for a near fall. Stratton gets caught up on the ropes and then goes to cheap shot Naomi. LeRae tags herself in, and Stratton and LeRae argue but stop before Bailey can tag out. LeRae kicks Bailey and Stratton tags herself and kicks Bailey in the face. LeRae sends Naomi outside and they fight outside the ring. Stratton goes for a handspring elbow but fails and gets sent outside the ring. Bailey crawls to Naomi to tag, but Jax pulls Naomi off the apron. So winners by disqualification, Naomi and Bailey. Oh, come on. Alright. After the match, Lorraine and Stratton beat on Bailey as Jax beats on Naomi. Io Sky comes out, sweeping the odds just as Sky is about to get the better of Jax. Raquel Rodriguez and Liv Morgan come out and attack. This calls out Rhea Ripley, who runs down with a candlestick. Ripley clears the ring by hitting Rodriguez and LeRae with a candlestick. Alright, next match coming up, Montez Ford versus Tommaso Ciampa. We get the bell, and Ciampa runs at Ford, who is able to get punches on Ciampa. Ciampa gets some back on Ford, and Ford then takes down Ciampa with a dropkick and covers for a 2 count. Ciampa club Ford in the face, knocking him down, and Ciampa gets him up and knees him. Ford comes flying back with a clothesline to Ciampa and sends him out of the ring. Ford throws himself over the ropes onto Ciampa and then sends Ciampa into the ring. Ciampa sends Ford outside the ring and then knees him off the apron, and Ford collides with the announce table, and we go to commercial break. Alright. After the match, Ciampa attacks Ford, which brings out Angelo Dawkins, who attacks Ciampa. Johnny Gargano comes out for the save, and Ciampa takes this time to attack Dawkins. Gargano tries to reason with Ciampa, and Ciampa pushes him down. Mortar machine guns come out, and Ciampa leaves the ring, asking Gargano whose team he's on. Alright. Alright, Solo Sikoa, Tama Tonga, Tonga Loa, Jacob Fatu, and Bronson Reed made their way to the ring for the OG bloodline to surrender before Sikoa can say anything. Roman Reigns' music hits. Roman Reigns, Jimmy Uso, Jey Uso, and Sami Zayn make their way to the ring as always. Tama Tonga loses his mind and starts barking and making noises. Sikoa tells Reigns he's not here to fight him, but he still loves him and loves them all, and he never stopped loving, but he needs them to understand something. If they join Sikoa's crew, they can run this company for decades. He says they have no choice because they don't have a fifth man or a wise man, and they need to surrender or the four of them will die. Well, they stand. Reigns takes the mic from Sikoa, and before he can speak, Paul Heyman comes out. He says there is no way to do war games with a 4 versus 5. He says that doesn't compute for his wise men, and it doesn't be, and it won't be 4 versus 5, and it's going to be 5 versus 5. CM Punk's music hits, and Punk marches to the ring, and all hell breaks loose in the ring. The OG bloodline clears the ring, and the Usos and Sami Zayn suicide dive on the new bloodline outside in the ring. Reigns and Punk take out Tama Tonga and Tonga Loa. Roman Reigns and CM Punk stand in the ring and stare at each other while Paul Heyman looks on as the show goes out there. Dang, that was a good one. I enjoyed SmackDown, which was last night already. So, yeah, that was the best one right there. Anyways, it's going to the Rampage. There's only 3 matches, just so you guys know, on Rampage. Alright, Hardy Cameron and the Native Beast, Nyla Rose versus AEW Women's World Champion Mariah May and Mina Shirakawa. Nyla blocked a crossbody press from Mina and followed up with a thrust kick. Nyla body slammed Mina. Hardy tagged herself and Mina walloped Hardy with a kick in the midsection. Mariah cracked Hardy with a double chop. Mariah nailed Hardy with the Mariah go around for a near fall. Mariah and Mina sandwiched Hardy with a double dropkick. Nyla entered the fray, but Mina and Mariah threw her to the floor and followed up with a sliding drop kick. With sliding drop kicks, Nyla splashed Mariah, but Mariah kicked out at the 2 count. Hardy tagged in and rammed Mariah with shoulder thrust. Hardy hit Mariah with a knee strike. Mina took on Nyla and Harley all by herself with a combo offense. Brian hoisted Harley on her shoulders, and Mina jumped off the top turnbuckle with a Doomsday Bulldog. Mariah covered Harley and picked up the victory. So winner is Mariah May and Mina Shirakawa, whatever. All right. Before we got it's not on here. Anyways, there was a weight thing and stuff, or what their names, the wrestlers. I don't got their names for now. Yeah, they had a weight thing and stuff segment, and yeah, it's I'll hope little break loose after that. So, anyways, all right, second match coming up: the Bang Bang Gangs, Juice Robinson versus Butcher. Both men jock eye for control in the early goings. Butcher blasted Juice with a lariat, nearly knocking Juice out of his boost. Butcher planted Juice across the top of the barricade on the arena floor. Butcher drove Juice spine first into the ring apron. Butcher used the backbreaker. Butcher followed up with a leg drop, but Juice rolled out of the way. Juice fired back with a manhand drop, a headbutt, and a leg lariat to Butcher. Juice drove Butcher with a DET. Juice squashed the Butcher with a big senton for a near fall. Juice charged at Butcher with a running clothesline. Butcher countered a cannonball in the corner with a lariat for a near fall. Juice smoked the Butcher with a cannonball against the turnbuckles. Juice jabbed Butcher. Butcher planted Juice for a near fall. Butcher called for the brainbuster, but Juice found his feet and leveled Butcher with the left hand. Juice nailed Butcher with the Juice is loose and won via pinfall. So the winner is Juice Robinson. Alright, Rampage main event. Rampage main event. The Conglomerations. Mark Briscoe, Tomohiro Ishii, Rocky Romero versus the Dark Order. Alex Reynolds, John Silver, and Evil Uno. Alright, Briscoe and Silver locked up. Silver swept out Briscoe's legs. Briscoe was about to unleash his redneck kung fu when Evil Uno blindsided Briscoe. Reynolds and Evil Uno used a sandwich lariat on Mark Briscoe. Rocky tagged in and hit Evil Uno with forever clothesline. Uno fired back with something evil, and Rocky spilled onto the arena floor. Mark Briscoe employed his redneck kung fu, dishing it out to all the Dark Orders single-handedly. Mark planted Evil Uno with a exploder suplex for a near fall. Uno hoisted up Briscoe for a pile driver, and then Silver cracked Briscoe with a thrust kick for a pointed 1-2 combo. Dark Order was looking for the pendulum bomb, but Briscoe escaped and tagged in Ishii. Ishii and Silver traded chops and round kicks. Silver stacked Ishii with a thrust kick and German suplex. Rocky took down Alex with a hurricanrana off the steps. Briscoe catapulted off a chair to the outside, knocking down the Dark Order. Ishii connected with a sliding lariat to Reynolds. Ishii spiked Reynolds with a brainbuster and packed up the win. Ishii is building momentum heading into his ROH World Championship match this Wednesday on Dynamite Says Caliber. So winners are the Conglomeration. Alright, that was a good show tonight still, but SmackDown did it better. So yeah, SmackDown was way better than Rampage and all that stuff. So yeah, it was good. I enjoyed it. I thought it was gonna be, to tell you the truth, guys, I thought it was gonna be Brock Lesnar, because with Paul Heyman stuff, and yeah, but I can't believe CM Punk is gonna join them. So yeah, anyways, good show tonight and stuff, but SmackDown was way better, I gotta say. Yeah. So anyways, that was it for this video. Hope you like this stuff. If not, whatever. That was it. And so like, subscribe, hit the bell button, leave a comment. If you guys want to leave a comment, I don't care what you guys do. That was it, and I see you guys for AW Full Gear. All right, laters.